AGOGO, the home of known political and entertainment personalities, is the capital of Asante Achim North District. The paramount chief of AGOGO, Nana Ekuyaku-Sapon, was a former Minister of State under Jerry John Rawlings' administration. The late Kwadwo Banredu, who served as finance minister in the Kufuor government, was a native of AGOGO, as well as the Asante Achim Bob Marley and Machi Dede. Most of the infrastructural developments in the Asante Achim North District are centered at AGOGO. The district is endowed with schools providing education to the tertiary level. The district is served by 4 health institutions managed by private, mission, and the public sectors. The district 2015 composite budget indicates a large proportion of the road network is not tarred. The tarred roads include Dwansa Agogo, Dwansa Dome, Agogo Afisre, and Akuchiasi Junction Yoso. Other road networks linking to rural areas are not motorable, especially during rainy season. This leads to loss of foodstuffs as farmers and traders are challenged in transporting produce to AGOGO and other market centers. Agriculture is the predominant occupation, engaging about 72.7% of the total number of the employed. About 15,186 hectares of AGOGO lands are under cultivation of staple food crops. Plantain is the most grown crop, with majority of households earning their income from the crop. Asante Achim AGOGO, as the area is affectionately called, is touted as the largest producer of plantain in the country. The structure of the micro-district economy is typical of the national economic structure. During the bumper season, AGOGO supplies plantain to markets across the country. Unfortunately, value-chain land market transactions have triggered conflict between smallholder farmers and nomadic herders. conflict with the herders are largely linked to crop destruction.
Plantain is now scarce because of the nomadic Fulani herdsmen. They have destroyed our farms and now there is famine. We are not happy. Families are suffering.
The Ago farmers herdsmen impasse dates back the 90s, but intervention by successive governments have done little to stem the tide. This is the first time we are experiencing food crisis. I have not seen this before.
But this year, dear, let me share board dear, be a cookie a baby, and no Casimir bag, Tintino, Bacocramina. If I can see free, and she, and if it's no triano, Titu.
Some sad news, and 2 farmers have been shot and killed at Aburanko, a village in Ago in the Ashanti region.
The District Security Council says it was a reprisal attack by Fulani headsmen.
An emergency DISEC meeting had been convened at the Agogo District Assembly as of the time of filing this report. 21-year-old Mustafa Ibrahim and his 36-year-old elder brother Haruna Bara were shot on their farm on Friday, 26 February 2016. The district's chief executive for Asante Achim North, Paul Kingsley Aroe Avro, said the farmers were killed by Fulani herdsmen in a suspected reprisal attack.
Initially, information was that somebody had been gunned down at Aburanko in the Analycrom electoral area. I called the police commander of the area in Agogo for him to get the confirmation. He said yes, that's the information they had. But because they had not gone there to get confirmation, he could not report to me. So he was waiting to be sure it is true before he could call me. So we waited, and then later in the evening, lo and behold, 2 men were brought, shot down, gunned dead by some unknown people, but we presume there will be some marauding Fulani men who are doing that.
Operation Cow Leg has been the famous strategy used by the national security to crack down on the incursion of the nomadic herdsmen on farmlands. On Tuesday, April 12, 2016, the people of Ago poured onto the streets to protest the destruction of their farmlands by the cattle of herdsmen. Within this period, all political activities were banned. Politicians in their area acknowledged the interests of the people of Agogo needed to be prioritized.
Repetition call Akoma DC, it also say or the local Akoma regional Manchester actor.
We have sent a petition to the President through the DCE to intervene by finding a lasting solution to the problem.
If we say obo every saying na djuma ho ban kroma no efudjuma na ye de hwe ye mai na se obi kwa ko gisika wo bank aba be dofo se na be ya na no be kwa na no ana se ne ba betumi after school at me educating itself am adachi bi o ma be ye dachi na fe ene ma koye basa nti the petition cause aban na da wo o me boy ni ntumi tu Fulani for Nasikra.
Within this period, all political parties were banned. Politicians in the area acknowledged the interests of the people of Agogo needed to be prioritized. Currently, all political activities have been suspended, and some residents have threatened to boycott this year's elections if the nomas are not removed from the Asante Achim North enclave. Posters of the parliamentary candidates are not visible in the Asante Achim North constituency. Though touted as one of the safe seats for the NPP in the Ashanti region, the dynamics for this year's elections might change with the issue of the herdsmen taking center stage.
Looking at the constituency as a whole, in a holistic manner, I mean, there has been a leadership crisis. I mean, ever since Kojoban Redu, may his soul rest in peace, gave up the ghost. I mean, it's been like my brother Kojoban Jiman came to do his best, but it looks as if going forward as a people, we need a leader that the people can trust, a leader that can give and restore hope to the people. It is a situation that we are in. It's a very, very, very critical point. We are at a crescendo where Asante Achim North needs pragmatic leadership that can put their feet down to make sure that peace and security become paramount there. It's very important.
Issue of Fulani is separate from the issues of cattle railing. And let's look at the issues of cattle railing and let's see if it is different from the issues of Fulani or it is related. Now, cattle railing. I'm told that some cattle owners approached the community leaders in this district and wanted to bring their cattle to rear them here. Of course, they didn't have the leadership of the community did not have any motive that they will bring this kind of hardship onto us. So in the spirit of encouraging agricultural productivity, they agreed to accommodate them somewhere. So some of them tried to acquire private lands to locate their cattle. Others came on their own, some of them onto government lands, government lands vested in the government, the President of Ghana, and being managed by Forestry Department. And quite a few of them, I'm told, also secured land from the traditional authorities. I think the initial concept, as they understood, was for them to bring their cattle and locate them within confines and even build walls around the areas of location. And I have seen some documents that say that they should even develop boreholes to bring water for the cattle. So I'm sure the concept was to confine cattle into specific locations for them to undertake their economic activity. So the expectation was that they will even grow their own foya to feed the animal. But unfortunately, so many of them came And even those who did not even have any interaction with the community leaders at all also came to join. And they didn't come to join to locate in locations. They came in their numbers, and they came on develop this concept of pasturing everywhere. And that is nomadic pasturing. And this is what is creating the problem.
District Chief Executive says government effort to nip the problem in the bud have not been compromised.
And when here, this time in Asante, when you're talking of security situation, I don't talk of any other thing apart from the menace of the cattle rearers, the herdsmen, and the problem they create for our farmers. Some people dying, some people getting maimed in connection with that. So that is our security concern. But I can say, if we compare to January, February, March, there have been much more improvement. We have done a lot. You know, government had to bring in policemen and soldiers to help us combat the situation. You know, people at Asante Achimba do not begrudge them. You were in your locality doing your lawful duty, economic duties, and then you have this kind of problems. And so whatever extent we think we have done or government has done to deal with the situation, as long as there are some vestiges of cattle and Fulani men around, people will still say that nothing has been done. I can tell you that much has been done. So oftentimes you don't hear of those kind of problems which was in the news for the bad reasons. This time we have a lot to tell. I can only say it, but people in AGOGO, not necessarily, but the problem area and the farming areas there in the villages will say, where some other villages we do not have some cattle there at all will confirm that things are okay. But some areas where they have some few cattle still around now who have retreated into the bushes. The fact that they still see them in the faraway bushes, and then as they go to the farm, they still meet them. There's that kind of fear for them and for the master. They will complain. But of course, to them, it's not much problem. The people who are in town here who wants to advocate for people in the village there, and most of them also stay here and farm in there. As long as they do not have their wish completely done for them, to them they will say nothing has been done. But I can tell you, a lot has been done.
He's looking at turning the problem into an opportunity.
Even if we don't drive them away, there has to be a negotiation between the stakeholders involved, which I have a roadmap for that, to make sure that when you look at Asante Achimba North constituency, I mean, if you have these number of cattle there, we can even call on the central, by putting my case on the minister involved, to make sure that the government of the day to come and build an abattoir, a biggest abattoir there, create a cattle ranch. We can give them land, talk to the traditional leaders, give them land where the cattle can be there. Then the local indigenous farmers can grow any food crop that these cattle rearers want, so that we give them in a control price. They can have those foodstuffs. They can buy it. We can create jobs for the youth by, encouraging them, giving them loans to buy. You sell their foodstuffs to the Fulani natives, whilst they are also using that to feed their animals. Whilst we're doing that, the government can build an abattoir, biggest abattoir, where we can even in the near future, if a government has a vision, can build a corned beef factory that can create jobs for my people.
It is not per se that we are saying that cattle rearing is problematic, but we are saying the culture that they have adopted in rearing the cattle is that which is bringing us the problems. And the culture is them not confining the cattle into specific locations, but nomadic grazing everywhere, anywhere they find themselves.
Not until the Fulani issues are resolved, the people might boycott the elections, as they did to the Independence Day celebration on 6th March 2016.
Onina wani aja, ejoni na riengo. Osi baby anani beka